This report will include my testimony, 2022 report from CHET, testimony from a student, and our vision for 21-22. My testimony. My parents were migrant farm workers, and it was in that environment that God called them to ministry, amongst migrant and placero workers. God called me to ministry in this environment amongst the Latino population. After Bible school in Texas, I earned a Div at Mennonite Brethren Biblical Seminary in Fresno, California, and a THM and a PhD at Fuller Theological Seminary. God's call to leadership development then took our family to Guatemala for me to lead the Latin American Anabaptist Seminary. Later on, we returned to California to serve as director of Latino Center at Fuller Theological Seminary. My wife, Olga, then lost her battle with cancer and passed away. This significant loss pushed me to honor her by continuing the legacy of advocating and opening doors to women in ministry. After such a loss, and in God's grace, Ruth Anabalon became my wife. I connected to ECC through First Covenant Church in Los Angeles. We got married there to my first wife and were mentored by Eldon and Opal Johnson. When I was at Latino Center at Fuller, I also served CHET as a board member and as a faculty member. In 2019, I accepted a position at Fuller in Ohio. Soon after that, I suffered a massive stroke and was saved by God's grace. I became the president of CHET after that time. Report from 2021-22. Virtual classes. In 2016, CHET started offering virtual classes with a small number of students across the nation. In spite of the challenges brought by the pandemic, our enrollment increased to 350 because we were able to reach more students anywhere in the United States. Grants. God's faithfulness continued to bless us as we received several grants during this year. First, ECC Churches Rolling Hills in Pasadena awarded us a grant. Secondly, Love Mercy and Do Justice awarded us a ministry relief grant. Third, a family foundation challenged us with a matching grant. Lastly, a partnership between Duke University and IET also offered us a grant. Buildings. After 12 years on our main campus in Compton, California, the building was in need of capital maintenance, which we are beginning to address. Here's a student, Guadalupe Guevara, who will give you a sense of what students at CHET receive. Vision for 21-22. For the next academic year, we foresee a model of a hybrid of teaching for the next year, and we hope to achieve and maintain an average enrollment of 375. For the next fiscal year, we hope to fortify our endowment. During this transition, we are working on board development and strategy for the next 5 years. One of our values is our identity with the ECC. It is to plant Latino churches. In partnership with Alipe, we want to continue serving Latino churches and working closely with regional conferences. Without a doubt, 2020 was a challenging year for us, not because our community experienced much loss related to COVID-19, but as a team, we also we suffered the loss of our chaplain, Flor Graterol. But our work could not be possible with your continued support. For that, we thank you. Respectfully submitted, Juan Martinez, President. This is my report.